Welcome to day 82 of playing chess every day until I reach 1500 Elo. Currently we're at 1222 after a win yesterday. And let's go ahead and jump into a 15-minute rep game here. We're up against a 1243, a little bit higher rating than us. And we're going to get another Caro-Kann. I think we had one yesterday. It was still a Caro-Kann, I think, even though he played f4, which was a little bit different. Okay, we get the exchange, Caro. Let's get the knight out immediately. Just start pressuring this pawn, although, I mean, it's plenty defended. Okay, this is the move that we always seem to get. I think it's not the best move, but I get it a lot, and I've had trouble defending against it. Like, they immediately create this outpost. I think I could either just try to kick this bishop immediately, or get him to trade, and that immediately alleviates the pressure, but then he still gets this outpost. Sometimes is a problem. I think actually maybe just pinning him right away. I think this is gonna be the way to go. And maybe just getting rid of his knight. Depending on what he does. Because I've run into a lot of issues where he's able to get into this outpost and just put a lot of pressure on my position right off the bat. And I think I'll either connect this or potentially go ahead and just try to kick his bishop or get him to trade or do something, because I don't really want to just stay in the pin. But yeah, I've had more trouble with the exchange variation, and particularly this bishop g4 move, but I think we will play it a little bit better this time. Let's just kick him right away. I don't see why not to, and the knight is still in the pin, and I'm okay with just trading. Okay, I don't think there's a reason not to just kick him again. I guess he'll attack this, but we can just support it with a pawn. Okay, and now he's out of my my side of the board. I'm not in a pin. So yeah, I think we're all good there. Let's just connect this. Okay, queen comes down, so knight's not pinned anymore. Probably just develop this knight. Potentially go here, and then no, we're not threatening this pawn because the bishop still guards it. Is there a way we can try to win this pawn here? I mean, I could try to go for this route, but no, he can always push the pawn to support it, so that doesn't work. But then I can try to like push my pawns and get rid of this defending pawn. For now, let's just develop this knight normally. I think that's the simplest thing. Queen moves again. What's the point of the extra queen move? He is pinning this, so he's not threatening to take the pawn because it's still guarded by the knight. I would like to go ahead and get castled here though, just to remove any kind of concerns about this. Yeah, I don't know why he moved here and then here. Double up. Not sure I understand it. Wait, I can't just win the pawn. Because take, and then take. I mean, might as well just do that, right? I mean, he could take back with this pawn, but that's just really ugly for his king. So let's just go for that. Choose here. Okay, and then I'll probably just trade for the bishop. We're kind of just making his queen dance around back and forth. And he's not really like gaining any more development. He's just going back and forth, back and forth. Is there anything else to do though? I mean, the knight's undefended. Yeah, I think I'll just take the bishop. And then we'll try to get castled here in a second. Probably move this bishop here. It's pretty active. Or here. Let's just go here. It's kind of the most active, I think. And castle. Oh, he is pinning us. Okay, so. Well, let's just maybe kick him first or potentially just bring bishop back. So I might have wasted a move, but. Because I don't want to take like that, obviously. If I move my queen. Here. He's just going to maintain the pin. I think I need to just go back and just unpin. I don't see another way to get around that, so let's just do that. Just one move wasted. A pawn currently. And then next up, okay, he's trying to trade here. No, that doesn't work because then he loses queen. So he's not threatening to double my pawns here. So I think I'll go ahead and castle. I don't really think he's threatening anything. I could go here first, just attack this pawn. If he pushes it, he kind of restricts his knight a little bit. It forces it to go this way. It's not a big deal, but or do I just move the knight first and immediately just open up the attack on the bishop and kind of force him to trade? Go here first. I don't know if it really matters too much. I think I'll probably just go here first and just try to get the trade right away. Then castle. So here. Could also move the queen here to attack this. Okay, let's just do that. Get the king safe and then try to maybe trade down, get to the endgame up a pawn. Okay, do we want to just trade more? I really want to. Yeah, I don't want to lose a pawn here. He is attacking it twice. So I could either move here, maybe go over this way. It would be threatening a fork and a pawn here. I kind of like that. If I trade, he just comes here. I would like it if I could just threaten his queen right away and put more pressure on this pawn. But I can't do that because this rook is unguarded. This square is unguarded. But take, castle. I kind of like the idea of hopping here and then back into here, threatening the pawn and the fork. Seems like a decent idea. And his knight is a little bit restricted. It can't do too much. Mine seems to have some more flexibility. So let's just try that. Avoid the trade for now. Probably should castle quickly though. Okay, I don't like this alignment here. Because he is threatening to take this pawn now. Tricky move. I could either defend this pawn because it's kind of a double pin. It's pinned to the queen and the king, so I think I kind of need to defend this pawn. Can't defend it with the knight. Can't defend it with the rook, so I think I need to either play here or here, and I don't think I have anything that's like a strong attack because this is a pretty serious threat. I think I need to just defend. So I'm thinking just this maybe because my king is pretty insulated back, or my queen is pretty insulated back here and can defend that. Or this. But then he could maybe try to chase it with a pawn or something, and I guess I could go, no, I can't go there. Okay, let's just go here. Simplest way to defend it. And then he can't take, because I'll just take here. And then I'm just going to try to castle. I probably should have gone ahead and castled. I was postponing the castling too long. Okay, twice attacking this pawn. Can't push it. So it's still pinned. If I castle right now, he can take. Wait, no. No, if I castle, the pin's gone, so he can't take, because I already got the queen out. So I can just castle. Okay, yeah, I think we're good if we just castle. Because there's no more pin. The pawn is simply guarded by the other pawn. I think we started off pretty strong. We had a little bit of a setback there getting chased around with that threat of that tactic. As well as earlier with the bishop and having to go back a little bit. Now I think just rook to the open file seems to make sense. Unless I want to push this one. Take, pressure that one. Or I just go here. But this pawn is pushed now, so I can't really threaten it. Go here. I'm not really threatening a fork or anything like that anymore. It is still a good square. Can't go here because I'll just lose a pawn. I think I still like this as an outpost just to take it, or go here first. Where does the knight go? The knight doesn't have any good squares, so maybe I'll... Oh, well, actually he doesn't have to leave because he is guarded. Maybe I'll just go here first, just to claim the open file. Down to just turn this into an in-game. Like trade queens and stuff, potentially being up a pawn. Here he has 3 pawns, and I have 2 here, but then I have these 5 connected. He just has 3, and then 3. Worried about this pawn, I guess. If I double up, knight moves, and then we're threatening to take, but he's protecting that in advance. Don't have any great ideas, so let's just make some subtle moves to improve our position. I wonder if this is good, because I was thinking of bringing the knight here. I don't know, I'm not sure if it is good. Maybe I should just go here, knight here, and then try to push this pawn. Let's just get the knight to the outpost, because it is a strong square to have the knight. And then I could potentially bring the rooks over like this, because I don't really need this rook behind the knight anymore. I guess there could be tactics, so maybe it's okay to keep it. But I think I want to get one rook behind the pawn on d5. I just don't know for sure which one. Potentially could just get a rook behind both of them and try to push them together. This knight is rerouting, which makes sense because it couldn't really do much. Go here, go here. Try to attack. Okay, let's just... I do want to bring this rook out also, just so... because sometimes the rook can trap the king in if there becomes a threat on the king. Should I push this? No, I can't push it yet. Okay, let's just bring this rook over here. Of getting into this square? I don't think so. Okay, just rerouting his knight. This is all covered, so the only square is this one. Can't push this yet. Do I need to worry about him coming here and threatening a mate here? I could push this and it would weaken these squares, the dark squares around my king, but there are no bishops on the board, so it would just be the queen to worry about there. I want to get my queen over to here. because it feels like it's not looking at anything useful. It's blocked off by these pawns. If I go here, it allows me to maybe push this pawn or something. Or I could go here, actually. I think I prefer this. Queen can take a defensive role. Oh yeah, it's also attacking this pawn, so I do like this more. Yeah, he didn't guard the pawn. He's attacking this pawn. I think I'm just going to take this pawn. I don't know if he didn't see it or if he's going for something else. I don't see anything super threatening. I mean, has this pin on this pawn again, but he can't take because this pawn's already double guarded. It's guarded by the other rook here. So I guess he is threatening to take with two attackers on there. But once I take this pawn, I'm not in the pin anymore, so should be all good. And also, this rook can't move now. It can't move down because then it would just be a back rank mate. Okay, so he wants to go here and just threaten that checkmate. I think they're. I don't know the best way to prevent it. So I don't want to create a spiral of him creating a bunch of other threats afterwards. So I think I could just go here, prevent the knight from ever coming this way. Is there a better way to prevent it? Should I go here? So if the knight moves, I just trade queens. Kind of like that too. And then maybe I could even kick. No, I can't kick him because then he'll just take here with check. Go here. It does pin the knight for now at least. Otherwise we get a queen trade. Or I can just attack these pawns more, but I'm going to have to deal with the mate threat. I think I'd rather bring my queen over to help with the mate threat than just relying on this pawn. He goes here. Well, he can't go there if I push this first. So if I push this first, his knight can't do much, but his queen could try to come in on these squares. And I don't really want his queen to just be cutting off my king like that. Even if he doesn't have another piece to help, it just doesn't seem... I guess I could always drop the queen back. Okay, let's just go here first. Because I do still like this idea of just taking the queen if the knight moves. Trading it. And then I'm also threatening if I move my knight to open up an attack on his pawn here. I could go here now. Threaten his queen again. He goes here. Probably would just go here. He could trade the knight. I guess I would double those pawns there. I like this. I think it's okay. Or should I just try to kick the knight first? I mean, he's just going to go here and then he is threatening mate. But then I could go here, try to trade. Don't want to hang this pawn at all. Yeah, I'm not sure the best way to defend this. I think I'll do it with the knight. This could be good though. These pawns are actually no, because then if the queen moves, this pawn will hang. Actually, it hangs right away because it's twice attack. So yeah, let's just try bringing the knight over. Tempo on the queen. Okay, it goes back. I'll probably just... I mean, I could just take this pawn now. And he's still not he's still not really threatening too much. I think if he goes there, I honestly could just block with this knight, and then there's no more threat. Or I could push the pawn. But I think blocking with the knight avoids the worsening the pawns around the king. So I'm probably good to just take... Actually, does it become... No, it doesn't become pin because... Yeah, then we'd just be trying to trade queens again. So I think I'm just good to take here. Hopefully I'm not missing anything. I believe we're good to trade. Okay. And let's just block. And I don't think that threat really will go anywhere. And he can trade queens if he wants, which should be fine. Otherwise, I'll trade. Alright, we get the queen trade. And his knight's kind of in a weird spot, and we're already pressuring this pawn. I think we got what we wanted out of that. Okay, the knight move, or the pawn moves. Let's probably just double up immediately on the open file. And then probably try to make a safe square for my king, so there's no back rank threats. And then I can't really move my knight actually at the moment. I could go back here. Alright, let's just go here first. It's rerouting, so now I can go here. Threaten this pawn right away. I think he needs to come over here to defend it. Could put some pressure like that. Or do I bring the knight first? Yeah, I think let's threaten the pawn first. Do I have to worry about this knight? No, I don't think so. There's not too many places he can go. That. Well, more trade seems fine. Especially because I can take the pawn after we trade. So my only concern is him trying to go for back rank. But actually, I have the knight here, so honestly, back rank is not even a threat with the knight here. So I'll have time to still move a pawn as well. So let's just trade. Okay, knight moves, we take this pawn, and then we just have some very nice passed pawns. Is there anything better? I mean, I could threaten the knight. I can just move though. Yeah, I think just taking the pawn and then trying to play. Yeah, I mean he's trying to threaten the back rank, but it's still blocked. But I'll just make it. I'll go ahead and make an escape square anyway, so that the knight will be free. And he can threaten this pawn, but it's already covered by the rook. Can't threaten this pawn for now. Actually, well, he could give check. Then I go up, and then he could come back and threaten this pawn. But I can move the knight here to guard it. So yeah, it would be nice to reclaim the file actually and get the rook here, but that's 2 moves away. So let's just push this. Free up our knight. Oh yeah, also he has back rank. He can't actually move. So maybe I am free to move my rook down. I mean, he can do check. Okay, so he avoided that. I think I will move the rook down. I mean, he'll probably give the check first right now. I go here and he gives check. It was kind of a wasted move. I mean, I could go here again. Yeah, then it would force him to weirder squares. Okay, let's just try to do that. Or should I move the knight first? Knight here, here. Let's just try to do that. Okay, check. I could do knight back first, actually. Because then it does prevent him from really threatening this pawn. Or I go here. He threatens the pawn. We go here. He could play here. Then I would have to move and I could lose the pawn. It's not a huge deal because I'm up +4. So maybe I don't need to worry about it too much. Let's just bring the king up. If I lose that pawn, it's not a massive deal. Okay, so that's what he's going for. I think I'll probably just activate this anyway. Could also go here, then he takes right away. Then no, I can't go check from there. I could go check here right away. King up. Don't have this check. Okay, let's just go. I think if I go here, he'll go here. Then I could go here with check. Then he'll go down. I could pin the knight to the king, which looks interesting, especially because then I could move again with the knight and double attack his knight and just forget about this pawn. So let's try that. Yeah, that's what he's going for. I give check. Oh wait, actually, no, never mind. This doesn't work because he can just take my knight. It's not defended. So I misplanned that a little bit. I can take his pawn though, which probably makes sense. Take the pawn. Yeah, I just forgot that my knight would still just be sitting there hanging, so the pin doesn't really do anything. Could go here also and just try to trade, but I think I'll just take. Oh yeah, I'm getting low on time. I think I'll just take the pawn. He can take. Then I'll probably go for the pin, or I'll just go for. I'm just gonna go for check again, and then maybe support it with this if the king attacks. Could also come here to attack his rook. Okay, king attacks. So I can hop back with check, or I can just support it. I think I'll just support it. Now if I give check, he does have to come back. He has to go back up to there, actually. Let's just give the check first. And then I could go here to defend this pawn and start pushing the other ones. He could attack this one. Maybe I'll just start pushing immediately. Actually, I'll go here because this protects and attacks his knight. I think I want to get my king over to here to guard these pawns and then try to push these ones. There, he is double attacking this. Let's... What should I do? Should I just push? Actually, if he takes that with the knight, his knight's going to be pinned to the rook anyway, which I kind of like. So let's just push, and he can take it if he wants. I think that's okay. If the knight goes here, though, then he is threatening this. It would be double attacked. Okay, let's bring the king. If he gives check, we just trade. If he takes with the rook, we just trade. If he takes with the knight, then it's pinned. And then we can double attack both of them with the king, fork them. So yeah, taking with the rook, I'm totally fine with that. We trade. I think that's all okay. And taking with the knight, I think we'll win something. I believe that we will. I don't know for certain. Okay, so he sees those threats, it would seem. I think I'll just go here now. Just attack that. Attack the rook and just guard the pawn, and then try to push these two. If I go here, he can come down. Can't give check there. Okay, where's he trying to move? He's trying to give check here. Oh, actually, that could be a little ugly. Let me just come down. Yeah, just go down. I don't really want to get checked there because there's a lot of squares cut off up above here. Just attack him, prevent him from giving that check. Okay. Probably just guard or check down. Yeah, let's just guard the pawn. He can check me here now. Just go back up. Oh, he's giving a check with the knight. I don't want to get checked here, so I'm going to go up like this. So attacking that again. Okay, let's just come back. I don't have much time to think about what I want to do. I'm just going to come back. I think the same thing applies as before, and I need to just start pushing this. Or this. Okay, I can push here. Is he threatening a fork or anything? Check. Down. Oh no, I can't go down. Oh no, if he checks there, I just take there. Okay, let's go here. Just push. Don't want to repeat the position. Okay, we just take. And then we win another pawn. And now we have a lot of pawns. Let's protect it here, and then if he attacks this one, I'll push this to guard with the rook. Maybe move the rook here also to keep his king cut off. He's attacking this one. Let's just push this one up. I think that's fine. Or should I bring the king up? Here. Oh no, if I do that, he can just take that one. Let's just push. King comes up. Attacking that one. I don't really want to get checked from back here again. I'm just going to push the pawn. If he checks, I'll move over to here. I don't think it's a big deal. And then I'm threatening if he doesn't move the rook, which he probably will, to force the trade here, which would be perfect. Because the rooks just add more complexity to a winning endgame that without the rooks it'd be super fast. Check. Get attack. Let's just push this one and get behind it, maybe. Give check first. Give check here. Then actually that's a little awkward for him. Yeah, let's give the, oh no, never mind that. Oh no, I can, yeah. Because it's guarded. Let's give the check here. Still threatening that one, but let's go here to guard. Okay, this one is under attack as well. When do I just start pushing and stop worrying about guarding them all, though? I don't want to give up protection of this one, so I think I have to just give up the other one and push this. Or I just push this one. This one, because this is guarded. And I can move my king up and also threaten to maybe take this one and come up this way. Probably just push. Or do I just go ahead and move my king? Let's just move my king up and threaten to take. That seems better. He can take that other one over there. Take. And then let's start pushing this one. Let's connect this one here. Push. He's not even threatening a pawn there. I guess he's just pinning this one. Are there any useful checks? I don't think so. I think just pushing is going to be the way to go. I was attacking that one, but I can push here and just threaten to promote if he takes that. I think he'll... Oh, he does just take it? Okay. Promote. Taking it all the way to the end here. Okay. Just go here for a check real quick. And maybe just here. Probably can just ignore this pawn. Just get him on the top. Or I could just push the pawn too. Doesn't mean... Make sure there's no... Yeah, he's always going to have squares. We'll just use the pawn. Actually, go here. And then here. There we go. Okay. That was an interesting game. We're back up to 1230, so we're almost at a new high. I think I played pretty well. I don't think I had any big mistakes. I did get low on time at the end, but it was still... It had such a big advantage that it wasn't a big issue. So let's check the game review and see what it says here. It seemed like it was just a lot of just winning a lot of pawns throughout the game. Like that's mostly what it came down to. And then was there even... Did I even win a piece? I think I must have won a piece at some point. I can't even remember. But I know I was just accumulating a lot of pawns, and his threats were pretty shallow. Like the threat of the mate that he kept really like going for a long time. It was pretty easy to defend against. We both had decent accuracy. I had 86.9, he had 80.9. And let's go ahead and just go through the moves. Okay, exchange Caro. I think I know how to play it better. This is the move that has messed me up in the past a little bit. Oh, it doesn't like this. I thought that... Maybe I'm still mixing it up, because I thought that this was still good to just pin this. I mean, it says good, but it's not like an accuracy, but good is not what we're looking for in the opening. We should be getting all book or best moves, or at least excellent. So it wanted me to just connect this first, but then he hops in here, and I don't like that. I never liked that position. It wants me to block this off. Then I kick this. Okay. I mean, I guess it's fine, but I think the way we played it was still okay. It wanted him to take there. That was inaccurate to go back. And then, yeah, we just gained a lot of space here, and he no longer had any threats, and we're having him in a pin. So I think getting into this position in the Caro, exchange Caro, is pretty solid. Yeah, even after he made this queen move, we immediately have a minus 1.28 on the eval. I didn't like this. It wanted me to actually go ahead and take here. Oh, it says I can... Oh, yeah, because I realized after I can win a pawn here. That I didn't realize it right away. That was a mistake. Yeah, it was weird how he was shuffling the queen around, not developing other stuff. And then I realized on this move that, oh wait, I actually can just win the pawn here. So we went ahead and did that. Then traded off for the bishop. And then it says this was excellent to develop the bishop here. But it did allow for the pin, and then I had to just go back, which was inaccurate. Oh, it wants a sacrifice. Oh, is there... Take, check, and then win the bishop here? I guess that's what it is. Didn't look at that at all. Take here. He goes back. And coming down doesn't help because I'm going to be defending the knight when I take anyway. So then we just win a pawn. Trade the bishops off, win a pawn, and we get extremely active over here around his king. Okay, that would have been a nice tactic to find. Did not find that one. That's one to really keep in mind, because this is a very common pin, and I have been in the situation where I just developed and I didn't see it, and then I have to just drop right back and unpin it, which is just a waste of tempo. So I definitely should try to remember this tactic. So it applies when the bishop is here undefended, going for this pin, and this other bishop is looking at his king, his castle king, right here, with this pawn. So take, take, check, take. And yeah, that's really powerful. So I'll try to remember that, hopefully. Instead, that was inaccurate to drop back, but we still have a nice advantage here. Already, we get the trade here. It didn't like hopping back. Yeah, I wasn't totally sure about this move. Oh, I already just had a fork. How did I miss that? That was... Wow. I was very blind to not have seen that. I was like planning to go for this fork, or the threat of this. I literally went backwards to threaten the same fork that I already had. That made no sense. That's kind of funny that I did that, but I don't know how I didn't realize that. I think in my mind I was just thinking trade or run away, and I didn't realize that the square was already just free right here next to him, and then I could go to it. So yeah, that was a big error on my part. That was maybe my biggest mistake of the game, I'm guessing. I could have already just forked him, and instead I was going, oh, I'll go back here, and then I'll go here, threaten the pawn, and then threaten the fork, but I could have just played the fork from the beginning. So that was such a waste. But it's okay because we're still in a pretty decent position. But this did set me back a little bit, I think. And then I had to start defending against these tactics. I wanted him to already go ahead and take that, even after I defended against it. Oh, because the queen was still looking at it. Did I just fail this? I think I failed to realize the queen was just looking at it. Just take... Yeah, because I could never have... The pin was going to stay the whole time. Okay, so I did mess up there. So at least it brought us to a draw. He wasn't winning here, but I did actually mess up because I somehow was not noticing that the queen was already supporting this attack, but he didn't notice either, so I got lucky for that, that he didn't notice. So he should have just taken, and I can't take back. In my mind, I thought I could because I didn't notice the queen was already involved in that attack. So we could have won that pawn, and then we're drawing. But instead, he tries to attack it. He doesn't realize also that he could have taken it. I castle. We get out of that trouble, and then we take that outpost. It actually did want the rook to come up here, which I think I considered, but I did not go for. Okay, it doesn't like that. It wants the knight back. I thought just leaving the knight on this outpost seemed like a really good place to have it. It wants me... Where did it want me to go back to? Back to here? Not sure I know why. What does it say? Go back. Show follow up. Okay. So it really wants to use the rook to lead an attack on this weak pawn, it looks like, and get the queen behind it, as opposed to like queen in front or the knight in front blocking. Like use the rook to use the semi-open file and attack the pawn. And then we had some stuff going on here that the engine said would happen, but I guess the main idea was just activating this rook on this semi-open file, and the knight was obstructing that. Okay, but yeah, that wasn't a big deal, I don't think. We still have a nice advantage. Wait, it wanted another... Oh, once again, he had the tactic. Like, I kept seeing the tactic and never noticing that the queen was involved, was like on this diagonal, was supporting it somehow. So he again did have the ability to take here, and I couldn't take back with the rook. I even said it's protected by my rook, but I failed to see the two attackers. So I'm still winning. Even if this happened, it's okay. I still have a minus 2.5 eval for in my favor. But I should have been seeing that stuff. That could have been really important, but I didn't notice the queen helping. Okay, so then here we drop back. It once again wants the knight. Dang, I really thought the knight on this outpost was good, but it seems to hate the knight being here. It really wants me to keep dropping back. So we brought the queen back because we wanted to prevent him from moving the knight over here, because then we'll just trade the queens. And he drops down, then we threaten the queen again. And we have a really nice advantage. It's 4.1 here, even with only +2 on material. Okay, it wasn't accurate to take the pawn. It prefers the knight to come here first, which I think I considered, but it didn't seem like it mattered that much, because I can always do that after he plays his knight to h5. So I don't know why it was different. Take... Oh, because then we just get the trade sooner. We just get the queen trade earlier, which is helpful for us. And then we can still take the pawn at the end, I think. Or no, we can't, because He goes, I go here, he goes here, 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 and then it's his turn, so he can guard the pawn. So I don't end up winning the pawn. So yeah, I kind of wanted to win the pawn. I don't know why this is better necessarily, because it ends up with the same exchange, but now I have double pawns here, and I don't win his pawn. But I guess the engine does prefer this. Maybe it was more forcing than the other way. Maybe the other way there was a different approach you could have taken instead of trading. So that could be why. So yeah, instead I just took the pawn. It still wants this sack. Wait, why does it work here now? Because there's not a pin anymore. Can't tick with the queen, but I can tick with the pawn. Oh, and then he has double attack on this. Yeah, because he opens up the queen and the rook is already looking. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I didn't see that tactic at all. So instead we just get the queen trade, and at this point I felt very good about the position. We're up +3, and we traded everything, all the big stuff off. I mean, we have the 2 rooks, but we traded most of the material off. And then I think it was pretty straightforward here. It did take a little while to finally get the win, but all the moves were pretty straightforward. I don't see anything on the bar. It doesn't look like any spikes happen really at this point till the end. But let's still go through and see if there were any quicker wins that we could have got. Because I think I could have pushed my pawns earlier at some point, but I never know for sure, and I don't want to risk it. It's hard to know for sure, because you might have to calculate like a lot of moves to know if your pawn is definitely going to be safe. Okay, yeah, here we were able to kick his king back, which I really like that, because he didn't really have any good squares. And then, oh yeah, this was what we were hoping he was going to do. Once he double attacked this, we bring the king in, and then if he goes here, that's an inaccuracy, because we double attack, we fork these, he goes back, and then we just win the knight. And we're trying to get him to trade. He's going to have to move again. I guess he gives the check here. But yeah, now we're winning so much. So that would have been nice, but he actually did see that. And if he took this way, we would have just traded, which was totally fine. I thought he was going to fall for that one, though, but he did not. So then we just shuffled around and tried to push some pawns. And eventually he went for that check. I don't know why, because we were able to trade the knights off, which was helpful, and then win a pawn. And then we just had like 4 passed pawns here that we could start moving forward. And let me see if there was a much better way. It's saying all my moves are best or excellent. Okay, yeah, so this was totally fine. It did want me to actually push this one, which I considered like protecting it and pushing it. But I figured let's just give this up and just focus on take this and then push this pawn, because this will be really hard to stop. So that's what I did. Wasn't a big deal either way, because we're completely winning. We wanted the check first here. It comes up. But then I can't really push this pawn, which I was mostly focused on pushing that one, because if I push it, then he takes the rook, so I'd have to move the king first. I guess it doesn't. It's just 1 move difference, so it doesn't matter too much. But I just started pushing right away, and then we got the queen, and yeah, and then pretty quick mate. So yeah, that was a pretty good game. Decent accuracy, 86.9, and it did say my game rating is 1900. His was 1700. And we're almost back to a new high rating. I think we're 4 points away from it. So if we win tomorrow's game, then we might be at another new high. And yeah, this has been day 82. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on day 83.